Welcome to this video on sketching. In the first video of this series, we had a look at how we can graph linear relationships using the plotting method. Then in the second video, we had a look at how we can simply graph linear relationships using the slope-intercept form. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can sketch linear relationships simply by looking at them. Now, the difference between graphing and sketching I should discuss is that in graphing, we create something, or we create a diagram that we can use to extrapolate information, so it's quite accurate. As opposed to graphing, we've got sketching where we are creating a diagram that isn't necessarily accurate, but it tells us or gives us a general idea of what's going on. So in saying that, let's jump into it. So y equals 2x minus 1. Now, if I wanted to sketch this, what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to look at the y-intercept of -1, and I'll mark it on my graph. And then I'm going to look at the gradient of 2. So m equals 2. What does that mean? Well, it's positive, so we're going to see something going up like that, and it's quite steep. So if I want to graph this, or if I want to sketch, I should say, this particular function, I put my cursor around the point and I draw it like that. And boom, I'm done. I have sketched the graph y equals 2x minus 1. So as I mentioned, it's not going to be particularly accurate. In fact, I didn't even use a ruler. It's just a case of I've got this tool in my toolbox where I can quickly draw a diagram that's sort of representative of this relationship here. So it gives me a good idea of what I can expect if I did want to indeed graph it. Now, one thing I should do is I should make sure that my Cartesian plane is well labeled, and I am done. That question is over. Now, let's go across to example 2. We've got y equals minus 3x plus 1. Well, looking at this, the c value is plus 1, so we simply mark plus 1 on our Cartesian plane, and then we look across to our, our gradient of m equals minus 3. So what we're going to expect is something that's going down, like so, and it's going to be quite steep because it's minus 3. So if we sketch this, what we'll find is we get something of the likes of, boom, something like that. And then I'm going to label it y equals minus 3x plus 1. And finally, I'm just going to make sure my Cartesian plane is nice and labeled as well, because we do like having a nicely labeled Cartesian plane. And boom, we're done. So sketching is as simply as that. What we're doing is we're drawing rudimentary diagrams that aren't necessarily accurate, but they serve as a guide of what relationships will potentially look like.